Every time you kiss your cat thinks you're threatening them. I know. That stings a little. But stay with me, because what's coming next changes everything about how you see your cat. In the next 15 minutes, you're going to find out what your cat actually sees when you lean in for that kiss, what they're trying to tell you every single day, and most importantly, how to speak their language back, for real, based on science. Here's the thing that nobody tells you. You've probably done it 1,000 times. You walk over to your cat, you lean down, you give them a kiss on the top of the head, and your cat pulls back, or freezes, or just slowly walks away like you said something offensive. And you tell yourself, that's just how cats are. They're independent. They're aloof. But what if that's not aloofness? What if that little pullback is actually your cat responding correctly to a signal you didn't mean to send? Because behavioral scientists have been studying this exact moment. The lean, the eye contact, the kiss, and what they found is not what any of us expected. So here's the question I'm going to answer today. What does your cat actually think is happening when you kiss them? The answer has 3 parts. And the third part, that's the one that'll change how you interact with your cat starting tonight. Why cats and humans literally speak different languages. Cats don't meow at each other. Let that sink in for a second. Adult cats, in the wild, are almost completely silent with one another. They communicate through body language, scent, and eye contact. The meow? That's something cats developed specifically to talk to humans. It's basically a custom vocabulary they invented just for us. Dr. John Bradshaw, a cat behavior expert at the University of Bristol and author of Cat Sense, published in 2013, describes this beautifully. He argues that cats essentially treat us like large, clumsy cats, and they keep trying to use cat language with us, even though we almost never understand it. Think about what that means. Your cat has been trying to communicate with you in their language every single day, and most of us have been missing it entirely. Now cats have been living alongside humans for roughly 10,000 years, according to a landmark 2007 study published in Science by Carlos Driscoll and colleagues. 10,000 years of coexistence. And in all that time, we never really learned to read them. We learned to feed them. We learned to pet them. But we never learned to listen to them. And that gap, that communication gap, is exactly why the kiss goes wrong. If you've ever felt like your cat doesn't love you back, there's a real chance it's not that they don't love you. It's that you've been saying I love you in a language they find confusing, or worse, alarming. So what does your cat see when you lean in? Because the answer involves their nervous system. And it's not pretty. What your cat's brain actually sees when you kiss them. When you lean toward your cat, their brain runs a threat assessment, automatically. Every time. Here's why. Cats are what biologists call mesopredators. They're predators, yes, but they're also prey. And that dual role means their nervous system is wired to detect threats constantly. When something large moves directly toward them, makes eye contact, and gets close to their face, that is, by every metric in their nervous system, a potential threat display. Direct eye contact in the cat world is a dominance signal. A large object moving toward them is a predator signal. And leaning over them? That's a looming posture, something a bigger animal does right before it strikes. You put all three of those together, the lean, the stare, the close approach to the face, and you've got a perfect storm of, I should probably be worried right now. Now, here's what makes this fascinating. A landmark 2020 study from the University of Lincoln, led by researcher Tasmin Humphrey alongside Professor Daniel Mills, showed that cats actively read human facial expressions. They respond differently to positive versus negative human body language. But, and this is crucial, they filter everything through their own evolutionary lens, not ours. So when you smile and lean in lovingly, your cat sees the lean, the approach, the direct eye contact, and their ancient nervous system does what it was built to do. It flags it. That's not your cat being cold. That's your cat's brain doing its job perfectly. This is why so many cats described as unfriendly or antisocial are actually just responding rationally to human behavior that to them looks vaguely threatening. It's a misread, not a personality flaw. But here's where it gets genuinely surprising. Because cats do have a kiss. They absolutely express deep affection. You've probably already received one and had no idea. The real cat kiss. What science says it looks like. Your cat has probably kissed you dozens of times. You just didn't recognize it. It's called the slow blink. And it is, according to behavioral science, the single most powerful affection signal a cat can give a human. Here's how it works. When a cat holds eye contact with you and then slowly, deliberately closes their eyes, they are telling you something profound. In the cat world, closing your eyes in front of another creature means you are not afraid. You are safe. You trust completely. Think about it from an evolutionary perspective. A wild animal does not close its eyes near a threat. It keeps them open. It watches. The act of closing your eyes is an act of total vulnerability, and cats only offer that vulnerability to beings they love. The Tasmin Humphrey and Daniel Mills study I mentioned earlier also tested this directly. They found that when humans slow blinked at cats, those cats were significantly more likely to approach the person and show positive engagement. Slow blink in, slow blink back out. It works both ways. That's the cat kiss, not the press of your lips on their fur. The slow, deliberate close of their eyes when they look at you. Try it tonight. Find a calm moment, sit near your cat, make soft eye contact, not a hard stare, soft and relaxed. Then slowly close your eyes, hold for a second, and open them gently. Give it a minute. There's a real chance your cat blinks back. And when they do, that's them saying it. I trust you. I'm safe with you. I love you. No kiss required. But what about when cats rub their head against you or press their nose to yours? Those aren't random either. And what they mean is something most cat owners never fully appreciate. Head bunting, nose touches, and the scent of trust. When your cat rubs their face against you, they're not just being affectionate. They're doing something ancient, something deliberate. They're claiming you. Cats have scent glands along their cheeks, chin, and forehead. When they rub these areas against you, against your hand, your face, your ankle, they're depositing pheromones, chemical markers that say, this is mine. This is safe. This is home. Behaviorists call this bunting. And here's the key thing. Cats don't bunt randomly. They bunt what they love. Their favorite sleeping spots. Their most trusted companions. You. So, when your cat walks up and presses the side of their face against your hand, that's not a casual gesture. That's one of the highest expressions of trust and ownership in their entire emotional vocabulary. They're saying, "You belong to my world." And the nose touch, that gentle moment when your cat stretches their nose toward yours, that's a greeting. Among cats, nose touching is how they say hello to individuals they already know and trust. They don't extend that gesture to strangers. Ever. If your cat has touched their nose to yours, you've been let all the way in. As the great ethologist Konrad Lorenz, Nobel Prize winner and the father of modern animal behavior science, once wrote, "It is a good morning exercise for a research scientist to discard a pet hypothesis every day before breakfast." In other words, let go of what you assumed and watch what's actually happening. What's actually happening in your living room every day is that your cat is talking to you constantly. You just needed a translator. So let's tie it all together. Your cat doesn't think you're kissing them. When you lean in the approach, the eye contact, the looming posture, their nervous system reads it as a threat signal. Not because they don't love you, because their brain is doing exactly what it evolved to do. The real kiss, the one that means, "I love you, I'm safe, I trust you," is the slow blink, eyes half closed, soft and deliberate. That's their language, and you can speak it back. The head rub is ownership, the highest compliment. The nose touch is a greeting reserved only for the trusted. These are not random. These are a complete emotional language, spoken fluently, every single day, waiting for you to listen. You don't need to stop being affectionate with your cat. You just need to translate. Now here's what I want you to think about. You now understand the kiss, the blink, the bunt, the nose touch. But there's one behavior almost every cat owner gets completely wrong. And it's the one thing that can damage trust faster than anything else. It's something you're probably doing right now, without realizing it. That's what's coming next on this channel. If this video shifted something for you, hit like. It genuinely helps more people find this content. Subscribe if you want the next one the moment it drops. And tell me in the comments, has your cat ever slow blinked at you? When did you first notice it? I read every single one.